So here we have the chart of Justin Bieber, and we're going to be analyzing it for we're going to be analyzing it for fame and cool things that make Justin Bieber Justin Bieber. So let's see what we have here. So right off the bat, Justin Bieber has Jupiter in the first house in good dignity in Scorpio, in great friend dignity. So he's a very skilled person and person who is wise and unwise both. Wise because um he follows his instincts, creative and wise instincts to make creatively wise decisions. And is probably a highly creative person with Jupiter in the first house. And he's Ketu in the seventh, so he has good relationship with the intangible things like art and people and artistic ideas, etc. And probably likes instruments and stuff because Justin Bieber plays a lot of instruments, right? So Jupiter's conjunct Rahu, so that's a Guru Chandal yoga. So sometimes doesn't make wise decisions and kind of can do some weird things sometimes, strange things. But at the end of it, it sort of works out because Jupiter is in good dignity and it's in the first house. So it's getting full directional strength. And also Venus and Sun are in Jupiter sign and Saturn. So that really helps Jupiter out. And these are all in pretty good dignity. So we have exalted Venus. Saturn's not that good, but Saturn is being helped by Venus right here. Venus is really good. And Sun is actually being hurt by Saturn and Venus, but it's being helped by being in a Jupiter sign. So anyway, he has an exalted Venus, so he's very artistic, very creative, and the kind of art that he likes to make is long lasting, unforgettable, long lasting kind of stuff, and not just simple kind of songs that are, that are cool, right? Like there's trends and you follow trends and you become cool for some time, but then there's some things that you make that are sort of everlasting. They break all trends and they kind of have a quality of love and expansion and wisdom uh that last a long time, those kinds of songs. So songs that Beatles made, for example, they lasted a long time, right? So that's the kind of music he makes. um I mean, I guess not all of it is like that, but that's the kind of capacity that he has to make songs. Now let's analyze his chart a little bit. The Lord of the first is in the fourth. So, and it's conjunct the third, right? So Justin Bieber likes to learn a lot of skills and stuff. That's his path because it's conjunct the third, and likes to do things with other people, right? So he's a team player. He has to work in teams in order for his life path to unfold. And the Lord is Mars, so he likes to get things done, get things out of the way, right? So music takes a lot of Mars energy to put song after song after song out consistently and strongly move towards that, which is what Justin Bieber is known for because he's been doing that since a very young age. He's just been putting song after song out. And still it doesn't stop, right? It still keeps going. And his planet with the highest degree is also Mars. So essentially his Atma Karaka, or planet with the highest degree, is also the ascendant lord. Okay, and it's strong. It's in the fourth, which fourth, first, 10th, and seventh. Any planet in that becomes strong and it always gives. Um, Now it doesn't have a lot of directional strength, which doesn't really which makes him sort of aggressive internally instead of externally. So where he should be aggressive at the right times in the world, he's not. He's internally aggressive. So maybe self-critical, anxiety, doesn't do some things because Mercury is hurting Mars that he wants to do sometimes. And the Lord Saturn here is with Sun, so probably sometimes makes songs for commercial purposes instead of his own creative drive. So his own creative drive is probably not very, very unique, uh, because it's done for social, financial, and material purpose because of the Sun Saturn conjunction. Um, yeah, but he's consistently putting songs out, and he is putting unique, creative, long-lasting songs out, at least because of that Venus and Pisces. And their Lord Jupiter is in the first house, right? Which is really strong. And then Jupiter's Lord Saturn, Saturn's Lord. Sorry, Jupiter's Lord is Mars, and Mars' Lord is Saturn, and Saturn's Lord is Jupiter. So there's an interplay between the first, second, and first, fourth, and fifth house. The Lord of the 12th house is also in one of these houses. So these are the house where it all ends for Justin Bieber. These are the final dispositors. And these are all houses that give very easily. One, fourth, fifth, they don't take anything away. They don't give any extra, they don't take extra energy in order to give results. They just give. So that's why Justin's life is doesn't take away too much from him, except sometimes the emotional energy he has to expend in order to get things, right? So Justin Bieber sometimes has to lose things, uh, lose his emotional well-being and things that make him feel emotionally good in order to learn new things and get more things in his life. But this has a very emotional kind of quality because the moon is waning, sorry, waxing, and the moon and the waxing moon and the 12th in Libra also gives him this artistic quality to think outside the box, right? Um, so now let's look at some other things in his chart. Even in the Navamsha, he has a Ketu in the seventh house. So this gives confluence. He's an artistic person who's has a good sense of probably has a good ear to figure things out, has good artistic sense, and makes feel good kind of music. Music about love and music that really pleases the senses. He really has a knack for that. This confluence with that in the Navamsha, he also has a technical, very technical nature. He's a technical person. He knows lots of instruments and things like that. And his Mercury is really good. So that technical ability is pretty high. Also, his Mercury retrograde right here in the fourth. So it makes it, the quality of Mercury is inwards, right? So the things he likes to explore and communicate, they have an inward, artistic, emotional kind of quality. Being in the fourth, being with Mars, and being retrograde, because the fourth house is all about emotions. And so Mercury's exalted here. Sorry, Mercury's an own house in the Shamsha, which is the chart of popularity, essentially great fruits that you get based on the deeds that you do, right? And even in this chart right here, I think he has a good Mercury. No, he doesn't. But see how he's so much confluence in the relationship chart. His Mercury's in 7 in Taurus also. And in the Navamsha, it's in the 7th. So he's a very artistically geared person for sure. And he is very skilled. Like he's known to have lots of different skills um, that really make him stand out because of the hard work he's put in his previous lives. So, and even in this life. So Justin Bieber is like a child prodigy, right? When he was, I think, 12, 13, he had a hit and he became famous and like girls loved him. And, he was this like childhood sort of guy who's still just going on. He became very wealthy at a very young age. Um, so yeah, this is the Shamsha chart, right here. Just put it right here. Um, these are the dignities for his Dashamsha chart on the right. As you can see, this is a very stacked Dashamsha chart, and it has some confluence. So in his main chart, he had Jupiter and Venus were pretty good. And in the Dashamsha, we have Jupiter and Venus pretty good. So you see how there's confluence. Jupiter is in Pisces in own sign. Venus is in Taurus in own sign. And the Lord of Ketu is Venus. So that's really helping him out. And the Lord of Rahu, which is Mars, um, is being helped out by Saturn. Um, Actually, no, it's not. It's not being helped by Saturn, but its final dispositor is Venus. So this Venus is helping Rahu and Ketu here. And his look at just all his planets. Sun is in Leo, Mercury is exalted in Virgo, Saturn is exalted, Jupiter, Moon, the Lord of Moon is exalted. So he has a very crazily good Dashamsha chart, and especially his Jupiter and Venus are getting full expression in the public eye in these charts. So this makes him really known to have a lot of skills. Like he's of a very technical nature, very good. He is a hard worker who works hard because of that Saturn Libra and able to rest and rest at the right time, work at the right time, and put in the effort when he needs to because he's able to rest when he needs to, right? So he's known for that, known to really find his creative self-expression out in the world. He's known for that, and he's known to make good decisions in order to stay relevant, right? In order to uh, probably able to like learn new things, learn new skills, keep up with things, and able to use wisdom and knowledge, has a good knack for using his intuition. And every time he has a lightning spark, he's able to follow it. That leads him to better and better things, more success. So he's known for all these things. And Justin Bieber compared to Bill Gates, for example, Bill Gates, we know they're both very popular people, but Justin Bieber is more sort of like someone who sticks in your heart, right? He's like a excuse me, he's a person who really sort of like cherished and known. Whereas Bill Gates, we don't really cherish him because the Shamsha is not that good. But Justin Bieber really cherished and liked and loved by everyone who knows him. Probably has a good opinion of him, mostly, except Selena Gomez, maybe. I don't know this. I mean, I don't know the inside story, but that was just a joke. So that's what makes Justin Bieber Justin Bieber. He knows a lot of instruments. He has good technical skill, knows a lot of instruments, is able to sort of work hard, get projects finished. He's known for that. He's able to really express himself, really be creative. So he's literally like a pop song factory. He's like a pop song machine, right? He's one person that just comes to mind. Be like, who's one of the biggest pop stars that's relevant in our modern day, right? That's Justin Bieber. So yeah, that's a quick analysis. And in order to find things like these, we really have to find confluence. So uh let's look at further example. So we have retrograde Mercury in the main chart. A retrograde planet is always stronger than a planet that's not retrograde, right? So Mercury's strong in a strong house. It's in a good friendly dignity, okay? And it's not being hurt by any planet. Uh, Actually, never mind. It's being hurt by Moon a little bit, but it's because it's retrograde. It's pretty decent Mercury, and it's finding it. This confluence because it's exalted right here. So it's finding full expression. So he's a very skilled person, right? very technically skilled because there's confluence. Then there's what do we have? Jupiter. He's creative, right? So now that's finding full expression, and he's known for it in the world, right? Now look at every planet that's aspecting each of these, right? So Mercury's not really being helped by any planet, as you can see here. However, it's getting Rashi aspects. So let's see. In the Dashamsha, it's getting yeah. I mean, Mercury exalted by itself is pretty strong, but Jupiter, let's say, is getting helped by Mars to 60 points and Sun to 27.9 points, right? So Jupiter here, which is already really strong, is being helped by the Sun, right? Which is also really strong. So this really helps him out in fame. And if you just look at the Rashi aspects, Mars is being helped by the Sun, which is really strong, right? And Saturn is being helped by Venus, which is really strong. It's probably being hurt by the Sun, but it's a very strong Saturn, so it doesn't make a difference. Okay. Sun is being helped by Mars right here, and Moon is being helped by Mercury, which is a really good sign. And good Jupiter is probably helping the Moon being famous. And let's see what else. Yeah, so like for example, Mercury might be hurting Jupiter, but these are very good and strong already. Jupiter's already strong. So this gives Justin Bieber a lot of fame in the sense he's just like literally a pop star, right? Um, very, very famous household name that everyone knows about. Kids might not know who Bill Gates is, but they everyone knows who Justin Bieber is, and they sort of like identify and like they want to emulate qualities. They want to be, this kind of cool person. And that's his the Shamsha chart, which is surprisingly very, or is not surprisingly very, very strong. Now you'll see the Shamsha charts that are very strong with a lot of people, but somehow there's afflictions. So they don't become that, they don't have that kind of name and following and fame. Because, for example, you'll find there's Rahu in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is being helped, Jupiter is being helped, but also afflicted. Like you'll find it in some charts. And but there has to be a lot of confluence. And for example, there was a chart where the only good planet in the I saw a chart recently where Moon and Saturn were pretty strong, but Saturn was really starved and shamed, like to a very high degree by Rahu and other planets. And it was good in the Dashamsha, but because it was starved and shamed so badly, it cannot, fully express. It doesn't go to that high of a level. And I don't know the time, but it could have been a bad, it could have been in a bad house, right? Whereas in Justin's chart, Saturn is strong in the fifth house in the main chart, and in the Dashamsha, it's strong in the first house, right? So there's lots of confluence here. And in that other person's chart that I saw, Moon was in Taurus in both the Rashi and the Dashamsha. Now we don't know what house that Moon was in, so we can't say. But here, Saturn is in good houses, and that first his path to being really good at something is very easy and is being helped by all these other planets very, very well. So we don't know which house that other person's moon was in. and that makes a big difference. So yeah, so I would say more than his Jupiter, which is in the sixth, which sort of slows it down. It's more his yeah, Saturn that's really helping him, and the Jupiter, the moon aspecting the Jupiter, which is a Rashi aspect, that's really helping him, right? Because Saturn is a planet of greatness. It's the planet of putting effort and things that we don't want to do but have to do to become great, and that's something that really stands out for Justin. And he puts a lot of self effort, so he's probably a very skilled individual. Um, just has a lot of self discipline to do things. We might not think that, but he probably does. We don't know that. So anyway, and yeah, the relationships are very important for him, romantic and friendships because of this Ketu seventh. But that's for another day.